Welcome into the
Wait, hold on. Before you
start,
this happens to me on bets all the time, and it finally happened on ASU. So welcome to StreamYard, Sun Devil Nation.
My goodness.
Let's ride.
Welcome into the PHNX Sun Devil Show, brought to you by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, even leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. I am Anthony Totri, joined on this wonderful Wednesday by Shawn DePaz, Shane Diefenbach. Gentlemen, happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day.
Yeah.
Hump day.
Hump day.
How's everybody doing? You guys busy, chilling?
I couldn't do my brim thing because I wear my hat backwards. Otherwise, I got this massive shadow over my eyes. I didn't want to be that mysterious today.
You know,
don't want to be that mysterious?
I mean, I feel like I'm kind of naturally mysterious, no?
Yeah, you kind of are. It's a good Wednesday. Busy Wednesday, but good Wednesday. I feel like I'm locked inside my room like Rapunzel right now, but other than that, it's been great.
What Disney princess would Shane be, Shawn?
Rapunzel. I mean, he had the long blonde hair there for a little bit, but then he had to chop it off, and now he's free. Very Tangled-esque.
Now he's free. He's not free totally, not yet.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's locked in his room, like he said. Rapunzel seems fitting.
It's going to be okay. Hello, everybody in the chat. Glad you guys are joining us today. Got a lot to talk about. I want to start with ASU football. Let's talk about some of the younger players on the team that can hopefully contribute sooner rather than later. I want to get your guys' opinions on a couple different guys. Just what you think their impact can be, if you think they're going to have an impact this early on in their career at ASU. The first one I want to start with is athlete freshman Javen Jacobs. We obviously talked to his dad when he had committed months ago. Javen was Daniel and Ngata's answer for a guy that might surprise people this season. He's been working hard in camp. We've seen him doing some stuff on some special teams. Not really working in yet with the offense, but Shawn, I'll start with you. Is this a guy that we think can have an immediate impact as a Sun Devil?
In special teams, for sure. I don't think we'll see much on offense, but in the special teams, I think he might be one of those players where if you're, like us, who's watching every game really closely, you're going to be like, this is a guy that, if you're not in Sun Devil Nation, you might not know his name, but you'll know that he is impacting the outcome of the game. I mean, ASU is one of the best special teams in the Pac-12. I saw a stat the other day that they haven't allowed a 20-plus yard return in the last 3 years, something like that. Like the only team in the Pac to say that, one of two, something like that. So they're a really good special teams team, and I think that's a young guy who's an athlete like that can definitely make an impact in that regard. But yeah, I don't know if he's going to be a guy that we're, just getting award recognition or anything like that. But yeah.
I'm going to start calling him Play-Doh because he's an athlete and he can be molded into whatever he wants. Not Play-Doh, but Play-Doh. He is a blank canvas for this coaching staff. I feel like it's really exciting to see. He can a plug and play guy. What'd you say they listed him at officially on their roster? Because I know he was changed from athlete. Was it running back?
I don't think it was running back. I think it was wide receiver.
Okay. Well, I think the wide receiver group obviously needs more help. So I think that would be dope. And then maybe come time when Valladay leaves and but then you have Tevin White. Like, I don't know. It's exciting. He can play a lot of positions. Obviously, special teams is probably where he's going to make the impact this year. But, yeah, I think significant impact is not so far out of reach for his career as I guess we're calling it now. Sun Devil Nation. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Sun Devil Nation. Let's ride.
Let's ride.
Son of a Nation.
Javen Jacobs
Let's ride.
reminds me. I think he
Son of a Nation.
like. I hate
Let's
you guys
ride.
already. I think this is a guy that can learn a lot from Charles Hall. A guy that isn't necessarily the biggest, but he plays just a lot of different spots on the offense, special teams. I think he's going to learn a lot from him. Hopefully this season, and hopefully when Hall is gone, Javen can kind of step into that role a little bit. But this is a guy that reminds me a lot of former Sun Devil Ryan Newsom. If you guys remember, a wide receiver who had transferred from Texas to ASU years ago, big special teams guy, wasn't always just the biggest in size, but a guy that was kind of just the injuries really hurt his career in the long run at ASU. I think Javen can be that guy without the injuries, hopefully.
If you're watching on audio, I just gave the forks down or the thumbs down the horns down, and I got a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty in the Big 12.
If you're watching,
15 yards.
You said
watching. Did I say if you're
audio.
watching audio? Yeah,
Yeah.
You
That'd
can
be
watch the
crazy.
waveforms. Watch the waveforms.
Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not?
I mean, you could. I don't know if that's the best way. You might as well just click on the YouTube and put some headphones in, and listen to like an audiobook, maybe. I think that would be the best way to do it. The second guy I want to talk about, who I think will be
I like this guy a lot.
an immediate impact, and I didn't realize he was this young. But redshirt sophomore Torrence,
Yes.
cornerback, transfer from Auburn,
Me up.
absolute giant. Shane, I'll start with you.
So
What do you think his impact could be?
I'm gonna steal a one of the greatest nicknames I've ever heard from the Seattle Seahawks. They're calling Tariq Woolen their 6'4" corner who runs a 4.3 or sub 4.3 40. They're calling him Avatar from the movie Avatar because he's massive and fast. That's what Torrence can be. I mean, Tariq Woolen was a guy who at UTSA was pretty dominant, especially near the end of his career there, and obviously shined to be able to be drafted, had a really good Senior Bowl. That Torrence can be that. He's a prototypical outside corner, exactly what you would want. I mean, he has all of the tools. He is tall. He can run with some of the best, and he's a strong dude. And obviously, he has experience in a really good conference. So, yeah, this guy, I'm telling you, this guy can make a difference immediately.
What do you think, Shawn?
I think he could end up being obviously we talk about I talk about Nesta a lot, and obviously there's the linebackers, and then Jordan Clark is that guy that you talk about in the secondary, but he could very well end up being, if not the best player in the secondary, or not if not the best player in the defense, the best secondary player this team has. I think, like Shane was saying, with his size and then the speed he has with that size, he's an alien. Like he's an avatar. So like, yeah, I think he can end up being. I think if we go back at the end of the year and we talk about the three most impactful players on this defense, he could easily be in that conversation.
Is there? Is there a nickname that you can give him that's not stealing Avatar? Is there something like that?
Man,
we'll think.
I feel like Roe has a lot of potential.
Yeah,
like we'll have to workshop it.
We'll have to workshop it. Okay, that we can next PHNX meeting we can go over.
I have a graphic. What if he has like 5 pass deflections in a game? RO, D work ahead.
Oh my gosh. Okay. One part of his impact that I think is going to be, I think maybe slept on a little bit in the offseason until we get to actual kickoff, is what he's going to be able to do for this defense in the red zone. You figure a lot of these cornerbacks in college, especially going up against teams like USC, Oklahoma State, Utah, have got some bigger wide receivers that they will just throw out there. We saw it last year with ASU with Curtis Hodges, a guy that, was 6'6", 6'7". You're going to line him up outside with a smaller corner at 5'10", maybe 6 foot, and it's just he doesn't really have a chance. This is a guy that you can stick out there on any given play, and I feel like he can make a difference, but especially in the red zone. You're not going to be getting those easy fades because he's just that big. So I think he's definitely going to have a giant impact, especially on that red zone defense. Sticking to some of the younger sophomores, offensive lineman sophomore Isaiah Glass, a guy who has been rotating in with the starters. Still kind of waiting to see what this offensive line is going to look like because they have so many transfers. But Shane, Isaiah Glass, you said last week a guy that probably could learn a lot from Ladarius Henderson this year. Do we see Isaiah Glass having a season where he gets a lot of reps, or is this a guy maybe that he takes this year to fully learn a little bit more?
It just depends. I mean, he could easily. I mean, like it's him and Bull left tackle spot, right? Like that's basically the extent of it. I think he has a potential to start, man. I don't know. We'll learn more when the first official depth chart is released. We'll learn more in the mock game before NAU. But if he is starting, I mean, clearly he's going to get reps. So I mean, that'd be really exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's even if he doesn't start, it's one of those situations where, knock on wood, we've talked about it. Like there's injuries on the offensive line all the time. It could easily be one of those situations where he gets an opportunity and then he doesn't give up that spot. I think it's good. It's always good to kind of have competition at any given position. So like Shane said, it really just kind of depends on how everything plays out. But I mean, I certainly think if he does get the opportunity to play, he is a guy that can make a significant impact on that offensive line and end up being one of the better offensive linemen. And again, like obviously all these guys that we're talking about are young. So if he can get some experience this year that only serves him for a couple years down the line and to be kind of a centerpiece for this offensive line for the next 2 years or whatever it is, which I think is good. Because I think like we talk a lot about this team, but with a lot of these young guys, like whether it is Ngata and Tevin White or wherever you are, like this season, like this team has a lot of potential to grow with a lot of these young people, these young players. So if he gets an opportunity, I think it's gonna, even if he's not like a world beater this year, it sets him up to make an impact and grow his game for the next couple of years going down, which I think is exciting for Sun Devils fans, especially given the fact that not a lot of people are overly excited for what this season might be for the Sun Devils. At least you get something to kind of get excited about for next year after that type thing.
Yeah, regardless if he starts or not, I think he provides so much depth for this offensive line. And whether he's learning from Ladarius Henderson, Des Holmes, or just really any of those transfers, I think it's only going to serve him better when he's a junior next year. And you figure he's a plug-and-play starter at that point. But we'll see what happens with him. Last guy, he's already made an all-NCAA team before he's even actually played a down for ASU, and it's the all-NCAA name team. Freshman defensive lineman Blazen Lono Wong. This is a guy who's quietly made a lot of noise in fall camp. He's had some just ridiculous plays, and it seems like the guys around him really, really love what he brings to the table. A couple days ago, we heard that defensive lineman Michael Matus was out for the year with a knee injury. Blazen figures to get some reps with him going down. Do we think that Blazen's a guy that can quietly be a centerpiece of this defense, or is this a guy that maybe contributes here and there, kind of looking forward to more his sophomore season next year?
I mean, this line, I think, is going to be a lot of plug and play. I think it's going to be, you're going to figure out what's going to work. I mean, there's going to be players that are more dominant than others. Omar Norman Lott, Nesta, Therese Moore, I feel like. But other than that, BJ Green, I think will get a lot of run now, especially with Matus. But other than that, I could see a lot of different faces playing, and especially in college football, man, there's a lot of more opportunity on lines than there is in the pros. You see a lot more substitutions. The big guys get tired easy. I could see him making an impact, but probably not a star role up until his later years here.
No, I'm right there with Shane. I feel like in terms of him being like a centerpiece for this defense, it would be great, but probably not the situation. I feel like the defensive line is the one part of this defense that I have the most confidence in. I feel like there's just a few guys in that on the defensive line, like Shane was saying, that can make us a really significant impact and be a centerpiece of the defense. So I don't know if he'll be a centerpiece, but again, it's just like Glass. I think that group of this team is so strong that there's going to be a lot for him to learn and then make an impact next year after that type thing. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I certainly can make an impact. I feel like he's gonna have it's gonna be a name that you're gonna hear a few times throughout the year, not every Saturday type thing, but a few times you hear his name, and it's again gonna give Sun Devil fans like a little something to be excited about next year after that when he steps into hopefully an even bigger role.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting and interesting to see what Herm does with a lot of these guys. I've said it on previous pods, but I think Herm is in a situation now where it doesn't matter. Like, he's not going to be thinking, in my personal opinion, I don't think he's going to be looking past this year too much in terms of eligibility. Like, I think he is going to throw out there anybody that he feels gives them the best chance to win, because he's got some sort of legacy to preserve or maintain at ASU before he, presumptively moves on after this season. So we'll see what happens. We're 15 days away from ASU actually kicking off against NAU. So I think we'll get a lot of we'll get to see a lot of these guys, especially later in the game when ASU will expectedly be whooping NAU. If they're not at that point, it's going to be a problem. But we'll see what happens. When you guys are watching ASU take on NAU in just 15 days, you guys should be doing so with some Four Peaks, because there isn't a better drink to be watching a college football game with. And you guys can enter to win the Toast of the Month sweepstakes to win a $50 Four Peaks gift card, a PHNX shirt of your choice, and a PHNX annual membership. Go to gophnx.com or click on the link in the show notes. You got to be 21 or older and enjoy responsibly. Guys, do you have any Four Peaks today?
No, I haven't had time to drink water.
Ooh.
I did wear a Four Peaks hat this morning on my way to get coffee, though.
Ooh, okay. So, rocking the merch?
Almost. Yeah. Good. Obviously, I'm rocking the Four Peaks shirt behind me. It makes a great decorative piece. I haven't had a chance to have any Four Peaks, but I'm feeling going out to dinner tonight, so I might mix in a Four Peaks or two there.
Okay.
If I have the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, we didn't get the memo. There wasn't it's not like a family.
Yeah, why
dinner,
do you never invite us to dinner with your family or your girlfriend's family?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's my girlfriend's sister's birthday, so
yeah, why the hell am I not there?
Yeah,
I mean, was the invite?
We could pop out of a cake.
Check your mail.
Shane and I could pop out of a cake and everything. You sent us mail. We see you every day.
Yeah, Josh too. Sweet invite, Shawn.
It's part of the. It's like a wedding. Like, you could just tell somebody oh, you can come to my wedding, but you got to get the invite in the mail. It makes it part of the.
So
check your mail. And if you didn't get it, then blame the U.S. Postal Service.
Okay, just to clarify, the mail has been sent.
U.S. Postal Service.
We've been invited, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but
okay, that's fine. Just tell us where to show up then.
No, the invite is on the information on the invite.
So we have to check.
If you don't care enough to find the invite, then you don't deserve to come.
Okay, that's fair.
I think Shawn's the imposter. Shawn is 100% the imposter on this show. Pull off your mask, PD. We know it's you. It's been you the entire time. While we're on the topic of imposters, let's look at ASU on somewhat of a wider scale. Looking at the Pac-12, it's been a minute since we've talked about USC, Utah, Oregon, Washington, all these schools. Let's pull up the graphic because it's time to figure out who the imposter in terms of the college football season as it relates to the Pac-12 is. Shawn, who do you think is maybe going to let some folks down this year?
I mean, this is just, I know this is low-hanging fruit, but the University of Arizona, have you heard how their fans have been talking about this football team? Like, they didn't lose to NAU last year. Like I feel like there's a lot of people in Tucson that really think that this team is going to be good, and not only good, better than ASU. I'm just pumping. I just want to pump the brakes on that a little bit. And then also a more real answer that's probably not as influenced by bias, USC. I mean, not necessarily that they're going to be imposters, but this team is a lot of new pieces, and we don't know how this team is going to look. A lot of people are giving them a lot of. A lot of people are saying that they're going to win this conference, are going to be top 2 team in this conference, whatever, because of the pieces that they've added. We have no idea how it's going to work. So I think. I guess just a little bit of pumping the brakes on that too. I feel like those 2 teams are 2 teams that their fan bases, and then with USC at least, the rest of the country is just really think that they're going to be just in a whole different league from what they are last year. And it's this isn't college basketball. Like football programs take a little bit of time to go from being bad to being really, really good. Not that USC was as bad as Arizona, obviously, but I just feel like I'm not going to believe it. I'm not buying into that hype until I see it. So that's why I think they're the imposters for right now.
My mind.
I would just like to say before Shane gives his answer, we've done over 150 episodes together, and this is the very first time that Shawn's girlfriend has actually commented on the show.
Woo!
So thank you for commenting and the engagement, and
Please
we'll double check
subscribe.
my mailbox for the invitation. Shane, who do you think is the imposter in the Pac-12 as it stands right now?
My mind is in the PNW. Imposter, not good wise. Washington. I don't think Washington's going to be great.
I think I have them. That's third last in my power rankings. I'm right there with you.
They're a team that's always, people are sleeping on them. No, they're not. And then I think somebody's playing as a imposter, but they're going to be good. I would say Washington State. Incarnate Word quarterback Cam Ward. Turn me up. That's exciting. They also have this sneaky good sophomore now. He was a Pac-12 all-freshman honorable mention. Dejon Stribling. I don't know how to pronounce it. 6'3", one of the Hawaii guys that always goes to those PNW schools. I think he's going to be solid next year. They're very young on offense, on their receiving core at least. Their defense is Washington State defense. I think it's a little bit better this year, but I think they're going to surprise some people. I think Cam Ward's going to light it up in the Pac-12.
Yeah, on an individual basis, I do want to say, speaking of the PNW, Bo Nix is an imposter. I'm tired of it. He is not a good quarterback. He's actually statistically the most inconsistent quarterback in Power 5. I'm just not buying that hype at
He's
all.
Inconsistent, and that turns me up. Give me all of the chaos.
Like,
I'm not all of the chaos.
He said, okay. He's also, poor Drew Lock. We'll get to that later, but poor Drew Lock.
Yeah, I know that is tough for him. But, I mean, Bo Nix, it'd be cool if he's good. I also have a friend who's an Auburn fan, and he was just like all on the Bo Nix bandwagon, and he was not good last year. He
had one really cool play last year, though.
He is. Literally, they did like a statistical analysis, and the variation between each game that he had last year was like so incredible.
His
like, he would have an incredible
per
game.
Play must be like the most chaotic stat to keep track of. You're like, oh yeah, that's expected to be good. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then you put him in those Oregon uniforms that is different every week. It's just going to be the most
I'm here for it.
Thing awesome. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, but especially because ASU doesn't have to play Oregon this year, so
I wish they did.
Yeah, so do I.
We'll see what happens. I like Shawn's answer of Arizona. I like the Washington answer. I don't necessarily know if USC is going to be an imposter, but I feel like their expectations are set so high that it would be very easy for them to kind of slip and fall. A team that was in the AP top 25 poll. They're projected to be the second best team in the conference, potentially overtake Utah as that number one team. They just had an offensive lineman enter the transfer portal as of a couple days ago, so I think that's interesting. I'm not sold on USC returning back to, what was once greatness. I don't know if Caleb Williams is that guy. We'll see. Lincoln Riley, has proven in the past that he is very capable of taking programs to the top. But I think it's just kind of a wait and see. I'm not sold on what that is. I think we've seen from an NFL standpoint, teams bring in a bunch of players from all over the place and get somewhat of a Pro Bowl-like roster. And I think USC has tried to do that. How often does it work on, an NFL scale? I feel like the last time, obviously, we saw it work was the Rams, who they won a Super Bowl. But before that, we've heard the Dream Team, the Eagles, all those years back where they had Nani Asamoah and all those great guys. That was one of the biggest failures ever. Maybe USC is that. Maybe USC is the 2022 Dream Team that fails. I don't know. What do you guys think on USC potentially not living up to expectations?
Yeah, I mean, first off, what do we know about Big 12 teams is that, and I know they're not in Big 12, but I'm talking about Lincoln Riley and this being Oklahoma 2.0. They don't play defense. This offense is going to be really good, and I watched their spring game, which was actually a game. It wasn't a showcase. They kept scoring everything. Defense didn't look good. Obviously it's a spring game. Like, you can only take so much into it, but I don't know that this team is going to be, especially when you play a Utah who is a little older. They have a quarterback who's been with this team for more than a couple of months.
Yeah.
Like, I think, and especially like you said, when you talk about the expectations they have, once you get to that, Utah wins this conference, like, which I think is going to happen. And then if they fall below, if they're the third team in this conference, that's a failure, I think, in most people's eyes, which I don't think is necessarily fair. Like, I think when you talk about how new this team is, the expectation shouldn't necessarily be that they're a champion right away. Thank you. But since that is the expectation, I think they're going to fall short of it, and they're in a position for that reason. But I think, realistically, their expectation should be for them to finish second or third in the conference.
Yeah, I completely. That's what I was thinking this entire time. I don't think Lincoln Riley even thinks this team is for a shoe-in for a Rose Bowl victory, or to make the CFP. Like, no, this is his first year here. There's a lot of turnover. There's a lot of outside noise with them moving. The only reason why they are what they are right now and their expectations are what they are is because the media loves Lincoln Riley and loves the Big 12 and the SEC and loves when coaches move and go to a lesser conference. And they also love USC. The USC hasn't been great in years. They haven't reached their potential in so long. Lincoln Riley's probably going to change the culture. I think 4 years from now, they're going to be a fantastic program. But right now, it's USC with a good quarterback. And Lincoln Riley.
And the quarterback is a quarterback that is, for the first time, coming into the season as the starter. Yep. Like, he was plugged into that.
He's only a sophomore.
Team. Yeah, he was plugged into a very good Oklahoma team last year. Like, and now he has to be that guy from day one. And obviously, he has the Blitnikoff winner as his number one target. So, like, that's going to help him significantly. But this is different. Like, these aren't teams that Lincoln Riley or Caleb have seen yet. Like, it's a whole different story.
But would you be surprised if they win the Rose Bowl?
No, I wouldn't. No. Like this team is capable of doing that. But like I said, I don't think that should be the expectation. I don't think that's a fair expectation for this team. That's basically an expansion franchise. Like, this is the first time they're doing this.
Do you think the expectations for them would be this high if all of this turnover would have happened, but say at like a Washington State?
No,
or is it because it's in LA that everything is amplified a little?
It's the Texas effect. It's exactly what happens with Texas every year. They get big recruits and they're like, "Oh, watch out, Texas is back." Just kidding, they lose to Kansas. Like, it's like, that's exactly what I was thinking. If this was Washington State, if this was Colorado, even if this was Arizona State, people wouldn't be freaking out like this.
October 15th, USC at Utah.
At Utah.
Too. That shit is going to be electric.
It is going to be electric.
200 passing yards, 150 on the ground.
It's going to be like that. That's going to end up being like a who wins the Heisman case.
You know that's going to be? It's going to be when you used to play NCAA football 2005 and you would finish a game and it was like that you just ranked fourth on the greatest college football games of all time.
Yes,
that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. I think that's the most exciting game of the year for
that. For USC, that is almost, in my opinion, like, I know nothing has been played yet. But for USC, right off the bat, that's a must-win game. Yeah. Like, if you're trying to go to the college football playoff, which is, I feel like, the expectations already, as we've already kind of talked about, for USC fans and people that just, watch the Pac-12 college football in general, the expectation is that whether they make it or not, that they're competing to potentially be in that race toward the end of the season. You figure USC's got Notre Dame at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is one of the best teams in all of college football. They're returning several guys from their team a year ago. You figure that's probably a loss, right? How many 2-loss teams have we seen get into the college football playoff, let alone a 2-loss team from the Pac-12?
Yeah.
I figure you have to win that game.
Well, plus
that's one of their 2 ranked opponents this year.
Well, yeah, exactly. You think about, not only is it a ranked opponent, but they're also ranked number 7 right now. And I know this isn't a USC podcast, but let's just get into this. You're at Florida. If you're Utah, this is Utah's schedule. You're at Florida, which you can definitely win. Yeah. And then at home against Southern Utah and at home against San Diego State, which you should win. Then you're at ASU, which you should win. Then you're at home against Oregon State, which you should win. Then you're at UCLA, which you should win. This team can open up 6-0. Other teams should fall in the rankings. They could be as high as slotted into the college football playoff at number 4 or 5 when they play USC. If USC is undefeated by that time, that could be a turning point for both of those teams. So again, that game is going to be fun as hell. If you guys remember the Utah ASU game last year at Utah, that shit was loud.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at this from a Pac-12 perspective and you want a Pac-12 team in the college football playoff, like that's going to be like, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but like I've been in that room where like in the college football playoff, like I was in a whole mock selection thing, like with the director of the CFP. And like I was with a bunch of guys I was with RG3, like we went through this whole process and talked about how they select teams for the college football playoff. And if you don't think that the fact that they're only playing 2 ranked opponents this year is going to be a huge knock against them, like you're tripping. Like US, like they need to win those games, and they not only do they need to win those games, but they need Utah or USC needs the other to win all of their games. Like they need at the end of the year for those teams to be the best teams in the country, so they have something for that resume. So that's what those teams need to go undefeated, and then whoever wins that game needs to go undefeated for the rest of the season if you want to see a Pac-12 team in the college football playoff.
Dude, how fun would it be to see Utah in the college football playoff? Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Utah, that's a week Texas. 5 matchup, right? USC Utah.
Week 6 or 7.
Week 6?
7.
I would not be shocked if that is the college game day. If you see college game day, head to that game for the game of the week, because
college game day in Utah.
Hey man, they've gone crazier places, but
sure
if both those teams are undefeated.
And you look at that USC schedule, like they've got Rice, Stanford, Fresno State, Oregon State, Arizona State, and then Washington State leading up to that Utah game. And again, a young team, like that could easily be a situation where they're rolling and they're thinking, okay, what did we tell you? And now they walk into Salt Lake. Yeah, Salt Lake, right?
I have no idea. Just to put a little bit of ASU spin on this, ASU has a chance to play spoiler early in the season for both of these teams, which is very fun. 100%.
I mean, it's going to be huge, especially for a guy like Emory Jones. You figure all eyes from a scout perspective, a national perspective, are going to be on USC and Utah. It's going to be the only teams that national media and NFL scouts, you figure, will care about going into this season. Utah, USC. Emory Jones, this is your time to get those national eyes when you're in Tempe, when you're in the Pac-12, is you beat teams like USC, you beat teams like Utah. That's how you raise eyebrows. That's how you boost your draft stock. And that's ultimately how you take down the giants in the Pac-12.
Yeah, and when ASU is playing USC, if you don't think Soley and Merlin Robertson are going to be over there being like,
oh yeah,
Eric, like, do we need to make him regret this? I mean, the pocketbook's probably big enough to where he won't regret even if they lose by 80. But
Daniel Ngata's going to run through him like I run through Burrito Express in the morning.
Oh my gosh!
Or
no.
Have you guys had Burrito Express this morning?
No. I haven't left my house.
I could go for a burrito. I could honestly go for a burrito.
Have you eaten, Shawn?
Yeah. I had eggs, green chili, and
These
eggs. These
two don't eat breakfast before practices. When we go in the morning,
it's so early.
It's so early. No, it's
dude.
No, I'm not about, like, it's already a struggle for me to get up in the morning when we have to get up and go to practice and be there in Tempe at whatever time.
You have to wake up at what, 7:30? Oh man.
No. I wake up at 7. I wake up at 7.
How do you not eat then? What do you do? Your hair for 45 minutes?
Oh, my hair don't take that long, bro.
My drive from where I live to Tempe is like 45 minutes in the morning.
Coaches, your drive's like 15.
It's 20. It's a 20-minute drive.
So what are you doing from 7 to 8 o'clock?
I got to shower. I got to get ready. Got my backpack together. I got to do.
You sit in bed for 45 minutes, don't you?
45 minutes is a long time to sit. No, I got to go to a gas station every morning. Like,
see, you don't have to do that. You can make yourself coffee and make breakfast.
Or whatever.
I need an energy drink, bro. I can't make energy drinks.
You can make yourself coffee.
Why don't you just order like them in bulk off Amazon and store them in your fridge so you're not?
Let's critique Coach's life.
Part of my daily routine is going to a gas station, going to a Circle K, getting my energy drink, and then just strolling along to practice.
See, that's not part of my routine that I would be like, I need to keep this in the routine.
Yeah.
Like, if I could cut it out, I most certainly would.
Josh made an omelet this morning. Love that, Josh.
Also had eggs. Also had eggs this morning. 4 eggs.
Elite.
Piece of cheese. It was great. It was chef's kiss. Right on point, Charles. Ooh, a steak burrito, enchilada style.
I haven't tried it enchilada style yet at Burrito Express. I might need to get in on that.
Definitely. Hey, there's no better time to go try it than this Saturday because Daniel Agata is going to be there doing an autograph signing at the Tempe location. He's going to be bringing along some teammates, Ladarius Henderson, Elijah Badger, and a couple others. That sounds like the perfect time to go try that burrito enchilada style and get an autograph while you're at it. Go ask him. Go ask Ngata. Go ask some of these guys what they think about the upcoming season. Maybe you can ask them what they
get
think
your
about
burrito
it.
signed with edible
That
ink.
I'm
telling you.
I'm not here for
Get
the
your
burrito
baby
signing
signed?
itself. I'm here for the baby signing.
The
Not here
burrito
for
signing itself?
no. The burrito signing.
Comma itself.
Oh.
Thank you for inserting the punctuation there. I didn't think that needed to be said.
Well, yeah, it did because you made it sound like the burrito was signing its own body.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't know. I don't know. You never know.
Oh, cinnamon melts from McDonald's, Isaiah says. Turn me up.
Ooh, cinnamon melts do sign. Any cinnamon roll, like anything, is
Dude.
Cinnamon baked goods are literally top 2
elite.
and not 2.
They are 100% elite. We were talking about the Pac-12 a lot. We talked USC, Utah. I believe you could still get USC at plus money to win the Pac-12. I'm not sure what the odds are for Utah, but you guys should download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and go check it out. And you can use promo code PHNX. Make your first deposit and get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. That's promo code PHNX on the DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for more details. Shane, I'm sorry to say that the pitcher that you had in your parlay was pulled in the bottom of the 5th with only the 1 strikeout.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh, well. Wait,
My
what
DraftKings
happened?
Sports Pick of the Week cash, though. Fade the Yankees until
Are
humanity.
you fading them again today?
Are they still playing the Rays?
They're still the last game of the Rays.
I don't know who's pitching, but yes. Yeah.
Really?
And the Red Sox won. To the moon, baby.
It would be tough for me to fade the Rays, or tough to fade the Yankees. I don't think they get swept.
I got the Sox again today, -1.5.
By the way, to go back to what you were saying, Totri, USC is still the favorite to win the Pac-12.
Oh, they're the favorite to win the conference.
Yeah, plus 220. Utah is plus 240. Oregon's plus 280, and then there's a big drop off there. UCLA at plus 900.
I think there's good value there with Utah plus 240.
Hey,
I agree. I think they should be the favorite.
Tell me how the relief pitcher has more strikeouts than the starting pitcher already.
That's not great. He needed 4, right? And he got 1 for 5. That is unlucky.
Clevenger. He pitched well because he's a great
Speaking of
pitcher.
unlucky, how about Merrill Kelly pitching 7 shutout innings yesterday and then getting
Only
walked?
for a walk-off?
D-backs getting walked off because the D-backs have the worst bullpen in baseball. If you want to learn more about it, watch the PHNX D-back show. Their bullpen has the most losses of any bullpen in Major League Baseball.
So what you're saying is bet on the Giants today.
No, what I'm saying is live bet when like the D-backs are up like 1-0 or something in the 6th or the 7th. Live bet whoever they're playing because when the bullpen comes in, they'll fucking ruin it.
Okay, that's fair. I'll do that tonight and I'll let you know how it goes. Guys, the last thing we got today is we've got a draft.
Okay, so I was thinking about this.
Okay.
I don't know if we should do franchises because then you can get Mario and Mario Party.
No. I feel like if you're going that, like Mario Kart is its own one, Mario Party is its own one, Mario is its own thing.
I agree.
I feel like because we're not drafting characters.
What is Super Mario 64 then? Because I think that's one of the greatest video games of all time.
That's Super Mario. Like I think what's it like the
gotcha.
Jumping in the blocks and eating mushrooms like that's
so
a franchise.
Should we do video game franchises then?
I'd rather just do video games. I franchises gets too specific.
So franchises and individual games.
Yeah, like if there's like a one-off, then you could. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
And we could talk about the situation like as we do for any of these, but we are.
We're drafting the best video games of all time.
Yes, because PlayStation is trending for an odd reason. I guess there was like data miners that leaked a new PlayStation.
When has that happened? Sony gets exposed twice a year.
Yeah, and also
it's called
they still
the
don't even have
PlayStation
enough
Mega something.
They don't even still have enough PS4s. You're telling me I can't wait for my new PlayStation, whatever it is, in 2037.
Yeah, when graphic cards are still out because there's a labor issue. I have my 64 around here somewhere.
You know what I can't wait for? I believe it's 2029 when LSU and ASU play. It's going to be
turn it up. Jaden Daniels is still going to be there. Player coach.
Great game. Absolute great game. Looking forward to it. Wonder what the odds are going to be in the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But I absolutely dominated you guys in the Disney movie draft.
Yeah, you did. Congratulations.
Yeah. Lion King
Thank you.
effect. That there's not much you can do about that one.
Truly. I am going to pick third because I don't think that there is a clear-cut number one video game. Shawn, you want the first or you want the second?
Yeah, I'll go first. I don't think there's a clear cut, but I just have one that I need to get.
Okay.
And so on. Yeah, I'm going first.
Okay. So
if you draft my one I need to get, I might leave the studio right now.
The studio
because I don't think you like this game like that. If this is the pick, go ahead.
Yeah. Without further ado, Shawn, to pause, you are now on the clock.
What's the jingle again?
Okay. Listen, I don't know if this is a one to many people. I don't care. It's backyard baseball. Backyard baseball is like the greatest game of all time, and I don't care if I lose this. It's just
I really respect that.
I just need it.
Honestly,
really respect that. All right, my clear number one, which I think is the best video game franchise of all time. I don't think it's close. It's The Legend of Zelda. Give me all of them. Give me Breath of the Wild.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
Can I just say, I told my girlfriend 5 minutes before the show, like, oh, we're drafting video games. Do you have any? And she looked me dead in the eyes, and she's like, I feel like Shane's going to draft Zelda. She said those exact words.
Good.
Zelda is a great game.
He probably thinks I'm smart, and that's why I did that. Greatest video game franchise of all time.
It is 100% a great game. I'm going to go Super Smash Bros. At number 3. That's my favorite game of all time. And it's just fucking incredible. Coming back around, give me Call of Duty. I think the old, like the Modern Warfares and all that stuff are just some of the best games ever. Coming home and from like middle school, whatever, just playing that game for hours on end. Absolute incredible. Just all of them are great.
Okay. Give me GTA.
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah. You stole that one from me. I was definitely going there. Okay. Well then give me Mario Kart. I'm shocked that fell all the way back around to me. I have like a list. Give me, I will let you decide on how wide ranging I can get with this, but I was just going to say like the Lego video games.
Yeah.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Can I just go Lego video games?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Works.
Like Lego Star Wars.
Yeah.
If one of you would have taken that in the first round, I would have had complete respect for it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take Mario Party off the board.
That's a solid pick.
Respect.
Damn. I really thought that was going to come back to me. I don't know how it would have looked though if I would have had two Marios.
Yeah.
There's a little diversity there.
I'm gonna go. Give me Halo.
Nice.
Also another just absolute phenomenal game. And then give me probably one of my favorite games of all time. I wish that they had like continued or like people still played this game, but Star Wars Battlefront.
I've been playing that.
I wish I still had that game, but Star Wars Battlefront was probably I think it's top three favorite games.
Shit. This is tough.
This is
tough.
I know exactly where I'm going with my last one. It's not going to be a fan favorite though.
Tetris?
Fuck Tetris, man. The BlackBerry games.
I don't want to take any of the sports ones because
I was going
so
back and forth with
polarizing.
that one.
Okay, I think this one's going to be available, so I'm not going to take it. This is tough, man. This is really, really tough. What Mario did you take, Totri?
Super Smash Bros.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the big three Mario, the only Mario that's really still on the board is like
Super Mario is I think one of the best, but I don't know if I want to. If I'm trying to win the vote. This is so hard.
This is tough.
Because I can also go another way, but I already have one of those also. Shit. Give me.
This is tough, man. There's a lot of really good games.
I don't think there's a wrong answer.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Portal games.
Ooh, okay. I was just talking about this with, I don't know why, but on Monday I was talking about this with Derek, and he said Portal 2 is his favorite video game of all time.
I think it's a lot of people's favorite video games of all time.
You might get that from him. I have I have two picks here. I have a few different options.
These are your last two.
Yeah. I have a few different options I'm going between. Yeah, Hunter kind of just NCAA football. I think I have to go there. I know you
Yep.
said I was thinking about staying away from the football games, but the NCAA football games are just
no, it's great.
so iconic, and I think I'm going to get a little bit of a clout because people miss them. Damn, I got two that I'm really going back and forth.
I'm in my head about two.
I'm gonna go Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Okay.
Wow.
I just feel like that was one of those games that I
think
had
Skate
when I was
3 is
younger.
the better game, but it's fair.
What's that?
I think Skate 3 is the better skateboarding game, but that's fair.
The Tony Hawk games are just money though.
Yeah.
But I have a whole list of honorable mentions I could go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of honorable mentions.
Shano, pick
It's
number
your
5.
last pick.
I know. I don't know if I want what I wanted though.
Oh, I know what I want now.
I'm thinking about. So I'm just gonna lay it all out there because I don't think Coach will take any of these. I was thinking of any of the Age of games. Those are fantastic. Age of Empire, Age of War. I was thinking about.
I loved Age of Empire.
I was thinking about any of the Civilization games, but I'm gonna go simple. I'm taking Minecraft.
Dude, that's what I was going. That was Tony Hawk and Minecraft. Tony Hawk and Minecraft were the two I was between. The Civilization games are just iconic games, though.
Yeah.
So I would have respected that pick too.
Ball 'em, fall 'em.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's three. There's so many different options here. Yeah, there's Assassin's Creed. There's Red Dead Redemptions. Like I think Pac-Man's still on the board.
Yep.
Zoo Tycoon. All
Crash
of those.
Bandicoot.
The Tycoons are tough. That was definitely considered.
They're electric, but for my last pick, I gotta go Sims. I gotta go The Sims.
That's great.
That is a tremendous pick. I never even thought about that.
Love those games, man. Love those games. Yeah, Mortal Kombat's up. There's so many.
Yeah. So I have our list, but just honorable mentions. Yeah, Assassin's Creed was another one I was considering.
So let's go through all of them. Shawn, you go first. Okay. If you weren't doing a draft, what are your favorite video games of all time? Because I know the draft definitely skewed this.
My favorite, Backyard Baseball is definitely up there, but it's not like a. Assassin's Creed 3 is definitely one of my favorite video games of all time. Just I love that. I'm also a little bit of a history nerd, so it being set like the Revolutionary War was really cool for me. I for the record, I did consider drafting Fortnite because of how iconic it is, but it's just like Lego Star Wars is also up there. Like I honestly think I got a lot of my favorite video games. I think Mario Kart was the one pick that I have where I like Mario Kart, but it's not really like I'm not like obsessed with it that much, but it was just still there, so I had to take it. I don't know though. Yeah, I think like the Backyard Baseball, the Lego games, NCAA football is just is amazing. My favorite, NFL 2K3. That game was unbelievable.
I like 2K4, but 2K3 was great too. I liked NHL 2K10, great game
Blitz.
too.
There's Blitz too.
Oh, NFL the Blitz,
yeah. The Street franchise.
Dude, I have them right here.
NFL Street and NBA Street.
NBA Street was good.
Hold on,
dude. I had that on my GameCube. What was the other one I was just gonna say? Oh, what you know about Spyro?
I never played that game.
You never played Spyro?
I never played Spyro.
That's crazy. Oh, we got Slindy in the chat. We got Miss Eugene herself, Erin Slindy in the chat. She missed the org. She missed the
best game of all time.
Yes. Wind Waker. Oh my god.
Game of all time. This is a great game. God. Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, yeah. Monkey Ball.
And here's NFL Street.
Yeah, NFL Street was iconic. I play that all the time. Monkey Ball is great. Bomberman Ultra. I don't think you heard me, Shane. You know anything about Spyro?
Oh my god, so much about Spyro. The Spyro PS2 game. I forget what it was called.
I had it on GameCube. I had Spyro on GameCube.
Yeah.
It was just
I think I consider Wind Waker my favorite Zelda game. I know people think the Breath of the Wild is the best video game of all time, period, but I consider Wind Waker my favorite game of all time, I think. I'm a big horror game guy. The Alien games, if you ever played those. Yeah, and then for RPGs, that's like my favorite thing. So Fallout, Skyrim. I was going to take Red Dead Redemption when we drafted because I think RDR2 is one of the best games ever, but I already had GTA, and I think that'd get more votes. But I think I like RDR more than I like GTA, honestly.
I considered Pokemon Go, too.
Oh, my God.
You considered what?
Birds, Pokemon
Go. My God. I can't believe no one drafted Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pokemon Go.
That's a huge swing.
Clash of Clans.
Why are you
Like,
saying
yeah.
there's so
Pokemon
many.
Go? Pokemon, just
I
in
mean, just
general.
any of them. Just any of them.
Yeah, Pokemon's a huge miss there. On
Some of
our
the
part.
phone games, a lot of
Wii
the phone
Sports.
games.
Wii Sports.
Oh, yeah, Wii Sports got left
Yeah.
off.
Wii Sports.
There's
I
just
mean,
so
it's
many
tough.
good
It's
video
tough.
games.
There are so many phenomenal video games that it's tough to narrow it down to the top 15. Like,
Yeah.
they're just absolutely phenomenal.
We're gonna get grilled.
Do you want me to
Yeah, we
read our
will.
list
But
off?
it is. Oh yeah, let's hear the list.
So I drafted Backyard Baseball, Mario Kart, the Lego franchise, NCAA football, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Dance Dance Revolution is a good one.
Yeah. Shane has Legend of Zelda, GTA, Mario Party, the Portal games, and Minecraft. And then Totri has Smash Bros, Call of Duty, Halo, Star Wars Battlefront, and Sims. See, here's something interesting. Totri, you might get hurt by the Halo thing because I grew up a PlayStation guy, so I never played Halo.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Halo's amazing though.
It is what
Aaron,
it is. Yeah, I drafted to
Halo
draft.
is
Like,
great.
love this
I
game.
mean, I've played it, but I didn't play it like religiously like that.
Yeah.
Aaron
I
Lee
never had
saying
Xbox.
Spider-Man. If you ever play the Spider-Man GameCube game, that game is electric. Also a cool comment, Andrew saying, "Yo, boys, just met Max, our marketing guy, at an ASU sports business event. Cool guy, and his face lit up when I told him I watched the show." So, Andrew, I appreciate you telling us that and watching the show, and that's really cool. I love that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh,
100%.
Guitar Hero.
Rock
That's
Band,
a-
all those games.
dude.
Rock Band is one of the best games of all time.
we
100%.
could have.
Damn.
For
Tell
the
me,
audio
Tony,
listeners,
tell
Totri
me-
just went, or Shane went behind him and grabbed his Guitar Hero guitar. We could have drafted 7-8 rounds of this and had
Can
money.
you please bring the Guitar Hero to the office, the new office?
I only have
Please.
one, and the only thing I'm gonna play is I forget what it's called. It's a Metallica
That one went
song.
down to Georgia is one of my.
I
favorite
haven't beat it
ones.
yet. It's on Guitar Hero Metallica. Oh, what is it called? On hard mode. I always get to the last part and then my fingers start cramping. It's like a 6-minute song. God, what is it called?
Dude, no, yeah, we need to go find like a whole Rock Band set with the drums,
Yeah.
the microphone,
I'm
the
here.
guitar,
It's
and
really
everything.
expensive now. It's like $400 now to get Rock Band.
I believe it, but I think
I
it'd be
have-
worth it.
I have a drum set, I think, from Rock Band somewhere in my closet.
God. That,
Barracuda is a great Guitar Hero song.
So many just great games left up the board.
Yeah, we could talk about this forever.
Yeah, head to social here in a couple hours, and you can vote on who you guys think drafted the best list of video games. You can do that at PHNX_Sun Devils. You can give me a follow at Anthony_Totri. You can follow Shane at Shane Deep. You can follow Shawn DePaz at Shawn_DePaz.
Playing games is always big.
Absolutely love it. One last little promo and shout out is Foco. They've got you covered with the best Arizona merchandise, and they've got officially licensed gear for men, women, and kids, and everything from bobbleheads to swimsuits to Crocs. Head on over to foco.com or click the link below in the description for all non-presale items. Use the promo code PHNX for 10% off. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will be back with an audio episode on Thursday following ASU's fall camp practice. But thanks again for listening, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.